Iraqi farmers supported through international collaboration. The PepsiCo Foundation has donated $250,000 to the United Nations World Food Program, or WFP. The funds will aid Iraqi growers affected by climate change and strive to develop a more sustainable agricultural supply chain, especially for potato crops. The program furthers the Iraqi government's zero hunger objective as part of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. WFP will provide the farmers with training and technical expertise, as well as share information on effective cultivation methods. PepsiCo will buy the potatoes from the growers to use in manufacturing its food products, thus enhancing their economic security. Thank you, PepsiCo Foundation, for your thoughtful assistance to the noble Iraqi farmers. Our deep appreciation, WFP, for your global efforts to help the vulnerable. We pray humans will adopt the win-win vegan diet as a superior solution for minimizing climate change and establishing a peaceful, creative world in Allah's kindness.
Research concludes millions of animal persons perished in Brazil's wildfires. In a new study, scientists estimate that the extensive fires in Brazil's Pantanal wetlands in 2020 have sadly taken the lives of approximately 17 million animal people, including residents from the kingdoms of the anteater, armadillo, bird, caiman, lizard, marsupial, rodent, snake, and tortoise. Led by Dr. Walfrido Moraes Tomás of the Brazilian Agricultural Research Corporation, or Embrapa Pantanal, the analysis points out that human-induced climate change has significantly affected the frequency, duration, and intensity of meteorological drought. Alarmingly, the region has experienced a 2 degrees Celsius increase in the average temperature since 1980 and a 40% rainfall shortage in 2020, which created the perfect conditions for wildfire outbreaks. The paper highlights the need to implement climate mitigation measures to avert the catastrophic impacts of wildfires, given humankind's dependency on ecosystems, their biodiversity, and services for survival. Many thanks Dr. Walfrido Moraes Tomás and all scientists involved. For the preservation of all beings, may humanity swiftly embrace the climate-saving vegan way of life in divine brilliance.
United Kingdom program helps young people get jobs. The UK government is successfully running an initiative with £2 billion in funding to help create employment opportunities for youth aged between 16 and 24 who currently are and have been on government financial support for some time. Kickstart aims to stem long-term unemployment by paying participating employers an amount covering the minimum wage for 6 months at 25 hours per week for each eligible youth they employ. A £1,500 grant is also available for each young person employed to help cover setup costs and training. Currently, over 100,000 people have participated in the initiative, with the program still open to new workers who start employment on or before March 31st, 2022. The United Kingdom is a laureate of the Shining World Leadership for Caring Award, Shining World Wise Leadership Award, and Shining World Leadership Awards for Protection, Animal Protection, and Kindness. Such a wonderful idea, United Kingdom, to help your beautiful young people find skills building employment in your nation. In celestial harmony, may the youth of our world always be protected and nourished as they grow into noble and upright members of society.
New Zealand company creates cooking stoves for conflict-displaced Syrian people. When Nigel Bamford, CEO of Essia, a fireplace manufacturer, heard of the harsh living conditions of internally displaced Syrians, he contacted the charity Relief Aid New Zealand. He then began a 5-year non-profit project to design a suitable cooking stove for them. The result is called Fire for Life, and units have been flat-packed and shipped to Syrian displacement camps. The first 400 donated stoves received very positive feedback. The device's benefits over currently used stoves include that it is light and portable, requires less fuel, controls dangerous sparks and flames better, and burns more cleanly. Fire for Life has improved daily living standards immensely by providing a safe and sustainable cooking method. A standing salute, Nigel Bamford, Essia, and Relief Aid New Zealand, for your fantastic collaboration. In Allah's blessings, may the resilient Syrian people have a bright future of peace and prosperity.
Humble politician helps villagers clean up after floods in Malaysia. The Honorable Syed Sadiq Abdul Rahman, a member of parliament from Muar in southern Malaysia, who calls himself a proud public servant, left the parliament session early to help clean up houses that have been damaged by recent floods. Mr. Rahman made public apologies for leaving the meeting before it had concluded. However, he was praised by many for his assistance to the flood victims in his constituency. The 29-year-old parliamentarian also offered his residential home as a temporary shelter to some villagers who lost their houses to floodwaters. Further, of his own initiative, the parliament member raised over $522,000 to assist the victims of the disaster. Our hearty applause the Honorable Syed Sadiq Abdul Rahman for your caring actions to help your co-citizens in their time of need. You are a true people's politician. May the displaced individuals soon rebuild and return to their homes in heaven's mercy.
Impossible Cheeseburgers' top item on United States food delivery platform. Grubhub, a food delivery app, recently revealed that the most ordered item for 2021 was the Impossible Cheeseburger. The sandwich, which contains a vegan patty, increased in popularity by 442% for the year. Overall, the number of fully plant-based orders grew by 16%, with the top states for vegan orders being California, New York, Florida, Texas, and Georgia. Impossible Foods recently secured an additional $500 million in a funding round led by Mirae Asset Global Investments. Mirae's president, Thomas Park, commented on the importance of partnering with Impossible Foods as they work to solve one of the most critical challenges facing our planet, climate change. Wonderful news, Grubhub, on the fast-growing vegan transition occurring in the United States. Also, congratulations on your latest funding round, Impossible Foods. May the wise American citizens soon fully switch to plant-based eating in the loving guidance of the Providence.
Spain enacts new law recognizing animal people as sentient beings. The Spanish Congress of Deputies recently passed the legislation changing the legal standing of animal people, specifically animal people companions and wild animal people, in the country's civil code from that of inanimate objects to sentient beings. The legislation was broadly supported across political parties and means that in cases of divorce or separation, the well-being and protection of a household's animal persons must be taken into account. It follows the adoption of similar laws in at least 32 other countries. However, animal people raised for food or other exploitative purposes unfortunately have not yet been given sentient status under the new law. Spain is a laureate of 2 Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion. We commend your positive step to protect animal persons in Spain. May the day soon come when all animal people are treated with the love and respect they so richly deserve in God's tender embrace.